the ones on pride, but never let it go and get your head too high. Containing my integrity when stepping outside.
Good evening. I'm Christopher Logan Hilt, the G.I. Joe Gamer, and welcome to Lenharrow Fantasy Adventures Enhanced Edition, Episode 8. Tonight we're going to be discussing characters spending CGPs and whatnot for their characters. That's how we roll in Lenharrow. We don't take the experience and level up with it. We let the players take their experience points and purchase the skills that they want. Now, I could jump into the player's guide and talk about all that kind of stuff. Go over it skill by skill, but that wouldn't be any fun. I was going to take a look at the character sheet, and excuse me if I'm still a little stuffed up tonight. I've had a really heavy asthma weekend, which is normal considering we're heading into winter time here. Finally, we started fall this week. Okay, well, this is our enhanced edition Lenharrow character sheet. Now, you have your typical information when you make a character. You fill out, you put your name, your character's name, referee's campaign, or your game master campaign, depending on how your referee wants to run it. Now, then you do your number of adventures, player name, and this is your basic steps to making a character. But now once you have your character and you've generated your ability scores and you got your hit points and all that, then you go into your starting CGPs, which are here, where I marked my cursor here. And you basically, when you start the game, you multiply your power score, which is the sum of all your 6 ability scores. And then you have bonus racial points and bonus lifestyle points, and you add that all together, and that's your starting total. Now, in some instances, you may purchase a profession, or if you're playing the light edition, there are no professions, so you would just purchase the skills you want. Now, and the gear and armor and whatever. But that's all part of final steps. When you're getting your skills and you're purchasing skills, you could start with universal. Most people start with, like, if they're playing a warrior type, they're going to want to start with combat. But in general, I like to start with universal skills. And for anime, they have all these natural traits. It's kind of cool because they get to spend 250 points on that chart to make themselves as animalistic as they want or as human as they want as an animan. It's pretty cool. And so we'll go down to, of course, we start with your arcane skills. If you're a wizard or that kind of spellcaster, you'd be able to purchase your casting level, and every 3 casting levels is a new rank. So for 1 to 3 levels is casting rank 1, and then you've got levels 4, 5, and 6. That's casting rank 2, and it goes up in that way. And every 3 levels is a casting rank. So if you went up to 9, you'd still be at 3rd casting rank. But if you go to 10th level, that makes you a 4th rank caster, which is really cool. Now, what does all that mean for your character? Well, it just makes your character more powerful and has to have more spells. You get more spell slots when you increase your casting level and casting rank along with the level. Now, you would purchase your individual fields or for the arcane caster. This kind of works the same for divine spellcasters, priests, and clerics and whatnot. You could play a religious man in Lenharrow, and you can take up the profession of cleric, but we have like several professions for each lifestyle, so it's kind of cool. Also, arcane casters could purchase something called quick spells, which quick spells are here, and then you would mark that you have them when you purchase them, and then you get to pick 2 to start. So, and then these are like really inexpensive, and they're considered less than 0 level, 0 rank magic. They're just they're supposed to be little quick spells, and the most they could ever do if you actually use them to cause damage, like exterminate, would only do 1 point of damage. Anything beyond that is a bit ridiculous for something that's not a 1st rank spell. Now, zero rank spells is what we consider imbued powers, which are powers that an arcane caster actually physically makes puts into themselves permanently, and they basically once they've done that, they've imbued themselves with a power and a spell basically to use a certain amount of times per day. And we could get into that. It's really similar to spending your spell slots. Now I'll look it up real quick so I can make sure I get it right to the way the game. The rules are, because we're looking at imbued powers, and I don't want to steer you wrong as far as how that works. But you got your quick spells, and you have your imbued powers. Now, cast a number of imbued powers per day equal to their intellect score. So, and you can have a maximum number of spells imbued into their body equal to their maximum spells per rank. So, it works out really simple that way. If you're however high of an intellect score that your character has, that's how many imbued powers you can use each day. Now, that's total, meaning if you have fly as an imbued power, you can activate that a number of times a day equal to your intellect score. Now, or you can mix and match them and activate a total number of spells per day equal to your intellect score. Now, that would then there's like sub-field specialties, which gives you bonuses to damage and things like that with each individual sub-field of the major 8 fields. So that can be kind of cool if that's what you want to do with your character. But then what most people are interested in is your combat skills. Now, like I said, Divine works pretty much the same spell-wise as the Arcane, only Divine servants can purchase granted powers that just work. I mean, some of them work 3 times per day. Divination's only once. DR bonus is always active. Most of these are either always active or can work just once per day or 3 times per day, depending on the situation sometimes, or what the ref states how it works permanently. Now, in my campaign, generally, unless it states that you can use them 3 times per day or once per day, they're just always active. Or you can only activate them once, and that's all you do, once per day. That's just kind of how that works. Now, as far as the combat skills are concerned, when a combatant gets that's the dedicated lifestyle of combatant is somebody who only has combat skills. But anybody who has access to combat skills can purchase all of these, and this is where you get superior combat, which is multiple attacks per round for combat round. You start with 2, and they go to 3, and up all the way up to 4, just with weapons. And if you purchase the 2 weapon skill, that'll give you an extra attack with your offhand, unless you have the universal skill of ambidexterity, which would mean you use both hands equally. So that would actually give you a number of attacks equal to what you use for your superior combat with your regular hand, with your dominant hand, I should say. Because with ambidexterity, that makes it so neither of your hands are dominant. Okay. So then you can do things like per each weapon type, you get an attack bonus or a damage bonus. Attack bonuses, you can spend up to a bunch of CGPs to get up to a +10. And for damage, it goes up to +5. But you have to pick a weapon that you are talented with, and then spend CGPs on it to increase the pluses to hit and damage. Try to keep it straightforward and simple. And then we have a lot of fighting techniques like blind fighting, blind shooting, close quarter fighting, dirty fighting. Some of these give you specific bonuses to certain things, like close quarter fighting gives you a bonus to AR. So does natural fighting. Dirty fighting gives you a bonus to surprise. Wild fighting gives you a bonus to damage. Flight of the Blade's a good one. If you purchase that, that means you can take your sword and hit with the sharp edge. And instead of hitting, normally you use the sharp edge. And then you turn it to the flat of the blade and use it as a blunt weapon. And so you don't have to switch back and forth between an edged weapon or slashing or piercing weapons, or a blunt weapon like, say, a warhammer or a mace. Now, the other cool thing for combat skills is your parry attack style. Now, if you purchase this the first time, you can either use your whatever many number of attacks you have with your superior combat, which for starting, that's only one. But you can use that to either parry or attack. And if you purchase an increase in that, you can actually do both. You can parry and attack every number of attacks you have per combat round with your superior combat. So if you have one, you can parry and attack that round if you have the increase in parry attack style. Now we also have like parry and disarm style, and parry and spell casting style, and parry and spin attack. So we have a lot of things that you do in a power strike. A certain amount of times per day based on your hit degree. You can actually cause double damage, and sometimes you get a bonus to damage or a bonus to hit, depending on the situation. Some of these, like quick draw, adds to your first strike roll, and well, that's quick weapon. Quick draw actually makes it so you can have a weapon, you can draw it really fast and use it before combat begins. So if you have a loaded crossbow and you have quick draw, you can draw that really quick and use it. Or you can do one melee attack with a handheld weapon or a handheld melee attack. Now, takes us over to guild skills and martial arts skills. Now, martial arts skills don't exist in the light edition, but we do have them in the enhanced edition. So it's kind of cool. Hello, Rascal and Lucy. Welcome to my little stream here about our game system. I'm talking about how characters, how players for their characters can spend their experience points, which we call CGPs, or character generation points, to build their characters up. Greetings, Spine Ticks. Welcome. Yes, it's Lenharrow time from the hill. That's right. So yes, definitely welcome. I've kind of covered combat skills and arcane skills, as well as divine skills. So your arcane would be for wizards, combat's for your fighters or warriors, divine would be for your priests or clerics. Guild skills are for your rogues and thieves and things of that nature. Now, what we do, everybody saying hi, which is good. What we do in Lenharrow is when you purchase a guild percentage skill, these are skills that you have, like find and remove traps and move silently, hide in shadows. These are basically, they're based off a lot of the old D&D skills. But in this, what you do is you have a starting percentage that you start out with. Most of them are around 20, but some of them start a little lower because they're harder. So it's anywhere from 5 to 20%. And then you can spend CGPs to increase them. And they are some of the easiest skills to increase. Let's see, Rascal. Renee says she's going to be a few minutes washing dishes, but she can hear the stream in the kitchen. Well, you're welcome to listen in, participate, whatever you want to do, and hopefully you get your dishes done pretty well and pretty quick. That's one of my least favorite chores. I haven't had to do that in a while. I mean, I appreciate that with my family. It's kind of nice. Okay, so like I said, if you would increase that all the way up to a maximum of 99, because if you roll your percentage or less, your skill succeeds, and you can only do one per combat turn, or combat round, I should say, and on your turn. Maybe Logan has wash dishes plus 1 CGPs on this chart. No. But that would be an interesting talent. Well, we might be able to simulate that with some kind of talent. I know you're joking, but Spine Ticks, but thanks. I needed the laugh today. Okay. So, guild members can get into, you don't have to be a guild member to have guild skills, but it makes things easier when you're a guild member. That's where you go. You go to the Bounty Hunters Guild to learn all these skills. Now, we include minstrel songs in here, and when you become an advanced lifestyle, they become more powerful. They're called bard songs, because a minstrel can become a bard, and any lifestyle can actually become a bard. Advanced lifestyles are are a little different, and that's something I'll definitely get into when we get the Advanced Lifestyles Guide released. But we're still working on that one. It needs some tweaking. But then, of course, you have standard guild skills that you can just purchase, like personalized guild trick, which is one you invent yourself. And shop talk is like the lingo. The old D&D, they called it thieves' cant. I have no idea what 5th edition calls it, even if they still use it. But then we also have archery in there and tailored guild skills, which are skills that sort of like the personalized guild trick. A guild trick is something that can be countered really easy, but a skill is more like your percentage skills that just usually will almost always work in most situations if you make your percentage or however you tailor your guild skill to work. Now, martial arts work a little different. In order to learn martial arts, you have to actually purchase a style first and then a rating. Now, we have 4 different styles, and you can break those down and do various forms of martial arts however you like. But we summarize them as an adept, a levere, which was created by my late friend Jason Yerpe, the levere style. Originally, that was a class that he invented, and he graciously let us put it in the Lenharrow system. And then we have the monk style and the mystic style. Now, the monk and mystic style are kind of based off things that were in AD&D and regular D&D back in the way day. We're talking before 3rd edition. So when those were 2 separate games, and you played class and level way different in AD&D and regular D&D at the time. In D&D, your class was your race, so it was kind of neat. Except for a human, you could choose between the 4 basic classes, which was really neat. I actually like that style of play if you want to be really simple. And then martial arts is a little different, so it has its own little combat die. And then martial artists can purchase disciplines, which work much like granted powers or innate abilities. Once you have it, it just kind of works, unless it says otherwise. And some of them are limited based on your life force or your character's vitality score. We try to have it make sense, but yet be way out there, sort of like in anime, when they do all these weird tricks or old kung fu movies. We incorporated a lot of that into our game system, so you can actually play that martial artist with, I believe we called it Lightfoot. Yeah, let me see. Or was it Jump Flight? Now I'm looking for it. We have one where you can actually jump from a leaf to a leaf, like in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. And so we have that in here. I would just have to find it. I haven't played a martial artist in a while, so that can be a lot of fun. But you have to. For me, I have to be in the mood for it. And we had changed the name of it from Jump Flight to Lightfoot, I thought, but we may have changed the name to something else because we wanted to make our game system our own. So when we did that, we changed a lot of the names to protect ourselves there. Spine Tick says, as long as Swag doesn't show his feet. No thanks. I'm not a foot guy. I barely even can stand to look at my own feet to wash them. It's like, okay, feet, you stay there. I'll stay up here. We'll do each other's jobs. That's kind of the way I see that one. Now, those are your basic skills. And, of course, then you have talents, which once you spend your starting talents, you can actually spend CGPs to purchase talent slots. And each slot has its own talent cost. And these just work upon a successful ability check based on the relative ability, like judgment talents use insight, physical talents use charm, agility, might, and vitality, and then lore talents use intellect. And that's kind of how we separated those in our game system. We try to keep things as simple as possible, but yet we have a lot of stuff, so we have a 6-page character sheet. And for the most part, as I go back up here, you'll see that it looks like a fairly standard looking record sheet, but we try to keep it simple. So I just kind of wanted to go over the basics on how we do our CGPs and how we spend them. I also wanted to do a little bit, once I finish that, which I kind of have already, about character advancement and how that works, and when you get your CGPs. Now, and in general, that's really up to a referee, but or your game master. We call them referees in Lenharrow. But your game master decides when to give CGPs and when you can spend them. Now, from my personal taste, I give CGPs out at the end of each session for whatever creatures they defeated, and then I also give CGPs for role playing and stuff. Basically, I have one of the players keep track of what they killed. If they don't write it down, they don't get the CGPs for it. That's just how it works. And they get bonus CGPs for doing that, and then they add it all together and divide it up by the number of players, and that's how many CGPs they get for that. And what I do is I usually round up and give it to the next 100 in CGPs, so that players that's my role playing award. And then throughout the game, I also give role playing awards and other awards. If people make everybody laugh, I give them CGPs for that. It's kind of fun. There's a lot of different things referee can give CGPs for that players can spend to build their characters. But yeah, we have like I said, we have a few skills that players can purchase. I mean, like I said, it starts with the universal skills, and this covers things like the ambidexterity that I mentioned earlier. Luck is in here. Sprint, sure footing is a good one to get, especially when you're like on a boat or trying to climb a mountain. There are certain things each one of these. This is where your tracking falls under. Also, we have this is where we put your skills alignment and any kind of resistance bonuses you get, and straight up resistances. Then we have something called synchronizing skills, that where there was a talent when we originally started this out called synchronized fighting, but we made it a skill because it made more sense. And basically, anybody who has one of these skills, like in fighting or martial arts or prayer skills or anything of that nature, if two or more characters have the same synchronized skill, they get a bonus, one per person who has it. So it's kind of cool. And then we have our arcane. Like I said, I went over these pretty quick, but I was pretty much by myself at the time. So I was just going over what you could purchase with CGPs, your character generation points. So, or as my players like to start calling them, with CGPs. But that's kind of where we're at, and I wasn't able to get anybody to join me tonight from my Fridays from the Hill players. But everybody's doing their own thing tonight. We're still kind of on a hiatus until next month, so that's okay. Would have been nice to have somebody to talk to have some feedback and tell their experiences of how they spend CGPs, but it is what it is. So tonight I might have a pretty quick stream just on going over the CGPs. Like I said, for combat, divine and arcane skills work very similar, but for combat, the real big one is taking a weapon that you're talented with and purchasing attack and damage bonuses. That's that one, and your superior combat, which gives you multiple attacks, more than one per combat round. And yeah, it's a little costly, but maybe you can ask Chat GPT. I'm not really familiar with Chat GPT, but that might be a possibility. No, I know I invited all my players and stuff to participate tonight, but sometimes people are busy, and I should have put out the invite a lot sooner than today. But like I said, I had a pretty rough weekend. It was really peaceful and nice, but health-wise, I think I may have had a little bit of a flu, but I think I'm pretty much over that now. Had body aches and something was going on with me. I really wasn't. I was kind of weak all weekend, but that could have been a lot of different factors. But that's life. And then you got your guild skills and your martial arts and your talents. Well, thank you, Spine Ticks. I hope I will feel better. I appreciate the sentiment. Like today, I said today, I'm doing pretty good, but it could have all been. I have a low what do you call it? Potassium count. They call it hypokalemic, and sometimes if I don't get my proper amount of potassium, I can feel really weak, and that may have had something to do with it because I've been drinking orange juice and eating cereal that's high in potassium today, and I'm feeling a lot better. So maybe that was it. Sometimes I get working and forget to take care of myself. Yes, bananas do help. I do eat quite a few bananas when I'm not sick of them. I used to not think that I would ever be sick of bananas, but I have been. Anyway, I just kind of wanted to go over spending CGPs. I wanted to do this. Might be a really quick episode, but here's my Lenharrow Players Guide, and I didn't want to go over just all the charts and everything and be all super boring about how to build a proper character, because that's really for each individual person's taste. But that's kind of what your CGP charts look like in the book. Has the cost right there and the skill, and if it has an increase, it has an increased cost. Like over here with the combat skills, some of those are increasable. Well, the one that really has the increases is the guild skills. So the guild skills chart is pretty big and involved, and so is the martial arts chart. Well, that's how we spend CGPs in a nutshell. I mean, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna pretty much sign out here pretty soon because I've hit all my points and I'm on point. And that's that. We're talking about spending points, and I'm on point. So I think I'm gonna do that so that I can get some more rest. Tomorrow night I am doing a mag session 0.5. We kind of started it on our 100th video celebration a week or so ago, and tomorrow night we're going to finish making characters, and then we'll have our session 1 on October 9th on a Monday night, just like tonight, opposite of my Carnage game. Well, I appreciate it, Spine Ticks. I do my best. Sometimes I just forget to take care of myself, and that's probably really what it is. This week, other than the mag session 0.5 tomorrow, I'm going to pretty much be off all the rest of the week, and I won't have any videos come out until Friday, which will be my Cobra Ninjas video. It's going to be my second troop builder. Joe Take, I got the promo on Joe Take's 2023, I think. I think I'm on 23. I'm pretty sure Stalker was Joe Takes 22. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure this one's Joe Takes 23. So, I'll have that one, and that'll be the last video of September. And then October, we're gonna do Halloween, and Renee's back. Hope you heard everything I went over. Yeah. If you guys have any questions about Lenharrow, please shoot them out to me so I can help you understand exactly how our game is played. It's thank you. I appreciate that, Renee. Yeah, I'm still kind of feeling it, but I probably need to eat dinner. I haven't eaten since this morning. So there again, I've been just relaxing and working on I finished up my Heroes of Havens Run campaign book. I'm just waiting for the Tiger to clean up all my maps and make them look really nice. And I've been working on some artwork that I've been doing in some AI generators to put in the book, because I do like garlic gel caps. Thank you. That's definitely some good advice. I put garlic in just about everything I eat. I'm allergic to onions, but I do like the garlic, so I can't have the onions. Yes, they do. Thanks for the advice. I like garlic a lot, so we're on the same page on a lot of things. So anyway, trying to think of what we got going on. Not this Friday, but the following Friday, I'll kind of be back doing my Friday show at 7 o'clock at night for me at Mountain Time. So that may be different for everybody else, but I'll be by myself that night, except I may have a guest who is supposed to introduce themselves as the Flair for the Mag game, who's going to be doing the after action reports on our Fridays from the Hilt show. They've one of my players has agreed to do that, and so they'll be on, and we'll introduce them on that. You'll be able to see them on the Mag Session 0.5, but they'll definitely get their proper intro on that Friday, and I'll basically giving my take on what we've done so far on Fridays from the Hilt, and then on the 13th, the following Friday, we're coming back with our regular series is going to be back, and that'll be our episode 13 on Friday the 13th. And I'm doing it that way because that was my brother Jared's favorite number, and he was supposed to do the show with me. But I'm going to make it a special episode, and he liked werewolves. So for Halloween, we're gonna do a tribute video about werewolves and how they have been in media and stuff. So that should be a lot of fun, and we'll be talking about the werewolf movies we like. We've already watched Cursed, which was a pretty good werewolf movie. So we'll definitely have some pictures from that in the tribute video. And we're going to try to watch American Werewolf in London. That's one of my wife and I's favorite. My son hasn't seen it yet. So Jake, that'll be a first for him. And then the following week, I'll be doing the Shadow like I was supposed to when we came back. But we decided we wanted to have more of a Halloween theme for the whole month. And then the week after that, we're right before Halloween, we're going to be doing vampires. So it should be a lot of fun. For Joe Takes next month, I'm actually doing kind of a theme on Ladies Month. So we're going to have Cover Girl and Lady J, and then Akiko, and then Zarana. We're going to we're going to try to have a scary one on the last one right before Halloween. So it should be fun. Not saying that the ladies are scary. I kind of wanted to go away from scary for the Joe Takes, but that's kind of what the theme is going to be for a lot of my other live streams and shows. But because Carnage is Ravagers of Carnage, that game is kind of has a gothic horror theme to it already. Now Mag's got a different feel. The military action game, that's got a different feel to it altogether. Let's see. Your classified Cover Girl just arrived today. Well, that's after Cobra Ninjas. Cover Girl's next, number 24. So my Joe Takes number 24. So that should be fun. I really like Cover Girl. I like Lady J. I've already done a video for Scarlet. So the other one I have is Akiko. And technically, since one of the Blue Ninjas is in that, I'll have ladies on 5 nights. Because after that, I'm going back to my regular Joe Takes. But I like to do, around Halloween, I like to do special things. Like on Halloween night itself, we're actually going to be having a special gothic horror type game that I'm going to be running. The week before, we're going to do like a session 0, and we're going to invite players to play in that special game on a Halloween night. And so we'll be playing quite late that night. Yes, I love watching the old black and white classics for Halloween too. I don't know if you're on Discord, Renee, but join my Discord. The link is in the description. I've recommended about 18 different Halloween movies, mostly vampire and werewolf related because of what we're doing. But I recommended some other ones. So I basically put a link to all the different trailers So you can actually check them out from there. I'm trying to do some more fun things on my Discord and my channel. Let's see. You saw a really good one you can even find on YouTube is called The Old House with Boris Karloff. Now, I have not seen that, so I thank you for the recommendation. I like a lot of the old Boris Karloff stuff, and so I'll be able to check that out. One of the ones we're going to be watching is The Wolfman. And you do have Discord. Cool. Well, you'd be welcome to join us and become if you sign up, I'll definitely make you a guild member and give you access to pretty much everything. And I'll probably even give you access to the bullpen, the Friday's FTH bullpen. That's generally where I have YouTube creators and my regular panel members on Fridays from the Hilt. That's pretty much exclusive to them, but you're a YouTube creator, so you count. Anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap it up tonight really early. Like I said, I probably need to get something to eat and build up my strength today because I got a little too weak this weekend, I think is what it was. So I'll be getting back to that. And I thank you for all the well wishing and want me to get feeling better. I do appreciate it. So on that note, I'm gonna go out like I went in, and I'm gonna share with you a song by my nephew Jay Taro from Never Stop Us. And so with that, we'll catch you guys later. Let me see for you. Let's see. Sports season and all. Yeah. Starting tomorrow, I'll be working a lot at night. Yeah, it happens. Swag says, have a good one, Logan and Renee. And Uncanny Swag says, nice. Thank you all for being here. And like I said, I'll give you a bit of music that I really like a lot from my nephew. So.
They say a time is written, but it could be a lie. Just like everything else that's up in my line of sight. Within my field of hearing, it could change overnight. Despite what I may say, what I'm trying to convey is that anyone and everyone can go out any day with no more ado and no more delay. Stay away from the corrosion seeping deep into your brain. When I look into the sky, the years fly by. I wonder, do you know that we're living a lie? Cause the world that we live in is beginning to die. You can never win or lose if you don't even try. Stress level is high. Take a breath and then a sigh. It's time to live and let cry. Is an ocean to deny. The erosion inside makes our races collide. Is the number one reason I still ask why. When I look into the sky, the years fly by. I wonder, do you know that we're living a lie? Cause the world that we live in is beginning to die. You can never win or lose if you don't even try. Stress level is high. Take a breath and then a sigh. It's time to live and let cry. Is an ocean to deny. The erosion inside makes our races collide. Is the number one reason I still ask why. Are we leading ourselves astray from the bleeding that we convey? No how, no way can the beating stop today. CBS, CBN, even good day LA. The stress is in again, but I'm here to stay. It's okay when you play this track. Look at the facts, it's the way that we act. Stepping back, we retract, make a crack from the core to our crust. And the more guns bust, money runs with lust. So haven't we done enough? If we was metal, we would rust and turn down into the dust. Going back into the dirt from whence we came. Unless the world we change, cause it's rolled on chains. Before it hails, it rains. Evaporated pains and stains. All life's the same, all ties remain until the cry sustained. Never use his name in vain. Oh, confused the thoughts are strained with the anger in my brain. That I gotta explain. I put the water to the flame, put my finger in blame. Close no eyes when I aim on this road to fame. Keep your chin up, son, never down in shame. When I look into the sky, the years fly by. I wonder, do you know that we're living a lie? Cause the world that we live in is beginning to die. You can never win or lose if you don't even try. Stress level is high. Take a breath and then a sigh. It's time to live and let cry. Is an ocean to deny. The erosion inside makes our races collide. Is the number one reason I still ask why. When I look into the sky, the years fly by. I wonder, do you know that we're living a lie? Cause the world that we live in is beginning to die. You can never win or lose if you don't even try. Stress level is high. Take a breath and then a sigh. It's time to live and let cry. Is an ocean to deny. The erosion inside makes our races collide. It's the number one reason I still ask why.